Imagine being locked in a room, forced to stay awake. Darkness surrounds you, and the silence grows heavier with each passing hour. This is the story of the Russian sleep experiment, a tale so disturbing, it's haunted the internet for years. Back in the late 1940s, in the shadow of the Cold War, a group of Soviet researchers wanted to understand the limits of the human mind. They took 5 political prisoners and offered them freedom, under one condition. They had to stay awake for 15 days, locked in a sealed chamber, breathing a strange experimental gas that would keep them alert. At first, everything was calm. The prisoners were nervous, but they talked, laughed, and shared stories to pass the time. But by the 3rd day, paranoia started to set in. The conversations grew dark. Their laughter faded, replaced by hushed whispers and glances at the walls, as if they were being watched. By the 5th day, things took a darker turn. The prisoners started showing signs of severe stress. They screamed for hours. But what was truly unsettling was the silence that followed. They stopped eating, stopped speaking. The researchers could only watch, horrified, through small cameras. By the 9th day, the chamber fell into madness. The prisoners had torn off pieces of their own skin. They refused to sleep, muttering incoherently, their eyes bloodshot, their bodies trembling. One by one, they fell into a trance-like state, losing any trace of humanity. When the 15th day finally arrived, the researchers opened the chamber, expecting lifeless bodies. But what they found was worse. The prisoners were alive, barely. They looked up, smiling, and whispered, "We are the ones who must stay awake." They begged to be kept in the chamber, to be kept awake forever. The researchers fled, leaving behind a nightmare that would haunt them. The experiment was over, but the horror lived on. Some say it's just a story, an urban legend. But even if it's fiction, one question remains. How long could you stay awake before losing your mind?